These Johnny Depp bloopers are absolutely hilarious. What if you were just going about your regular day, watching a baseball game, standing in traffic, doing a weather segment, and suddenly Thor showed up? Not the CG version, not a cardboard cutout, the actual 6'3" Australian god himself. That's exactly what happened to a bunch of incredibly lucky people. And today, we're breaking down every single wild, hilarious, and genuinely heartwarming moment where Chris Hemsworth proved that the most powerful thing about him isn't the hammer, it's the heart. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because today's video, you do not want to miss it. The weather forecast nobody expected. Let's kick things off with a moment that started completely normal and ended absolutely legendary. Picture this. A news presenter is out in the Australian countryside doing a routine weather segment. It's a standard day. She's talking about horses because apparently that's what you do in rural Australia when out of nowhere a very familiar voice cuts through the background. Heard you talking about looking for some horses. There's a bunch down here actually. She turns around. And standing there, casual as anything, is Chris Hemsworth. Now here's what makes this moment so brilliant. He didn't just show up, wave, and walk away. Chris actually stayed. He sat down with her, helped with the segment, and, this is the best part, offered to help her mispronounce everything. Because that's the thing about Chris Hemsworth. He doesn't just make an appearance. He commits. He jumps in, gets involved, and makes sure whoever he's with is having the absolute best time. That's not just charisma. That's genuine kindness wrapped in a six-pack. Loki crashes the party too. Now before we go further, we have to talk about Tom Hiddleston, because apparently the god of surprises has been taking notes from his on-screen brother. Tom showed up completely unannounced at what looked like a fan event or talk show setting. Walked in quoting his iconic Loki line, "I am a god, you dark creature." And the reaction from the host was absolutely priceless. Pure. Unfiltered. Panic joy, the kind of scream that happens when your brain can't process what your eyes are seeing. And Tom, being the theatrical genius he is, just leaned into it completely. No breaking character, no casual hey, surprise. Just full Loki energy from the first second to the last. But here's where it gets even better. When these two brothers, Chris and Tom, decide to team up and surprise someone together, that's when the universe truly has no chill. There's footage of the two of them showing up to support someone, and Chris just casually says, "We got your back if you do." The warmth in that moment is just, it's everything. The baseball game that changed two lives. Okay, this one might be the most wholesome thing you'll watch all week. And I genuinely mean that. A father and daughter are sitting in the nosebleed seats at a baseball game. You know those seats, the ones where the players look like ants and you need binoculars to see the scoreboard. They're just there for a good time, enjoying their day. Then, someone decided to extract fans from the nosebleed seats and bring them closer to the action. That someone? Chris Hemsworth. The look on their faces when they realized who was standing in front of them is one of those rare, genuine, unscripted human reactions that money absolutely cannot buy. You can see it happening in real time, the confusion, the recognition, the disbelief, and then the complete and total meltdown. Oh my God, are you actually Chris Hemsworth? That's it. That's the whole sentence. That's all anyone could manage. And Chris? He just smiled, congratulated them, and told them to enjoy the game. No ego, no performance, just a massive movie star making sure two ordinary people had an extraordinary memory. The man who just wanted a photo of his fiancée. Now we pivot from heartwarming to absolutely hilarious. Someone walks up to Chris on the street and asks, "Hey, can we take a photo?" Chris, being the legend he is, immediately says, "Yeah, sure, man. You want a selfie?" And the guy goes, No. Can you take a photo of me and my fiancée?" Let that sink in for a second. This man walked up to one of the most famous actors on the planet and asked him to be the photographer, not to be in the photo, to take the photo. Chris's reaction, "You don't want me in it?" is the most perfectly delivered comedic response in the history of celebrity encounters. And then, like the absolute professional he is, he just takes the photo. Perfectly. Like a hired wedding photographer who also happens to be Thor. The Snell moment nobody saw coming. You think you know Chris Hemsworth. And then Saturday Night Live happens. In a sketch that was clearly designed to catch everyone off guard, Chris showed up and basically spent several minutes defending various Hollywood heartthrobs with the kind of passionate, unhinged energy usually reserved for group chats at 2 a.m. Channing Tatum? Disgust. Zac Efron? Disgust. Bradley Cooper? Neither of them hold a candle to Bradley Cooper in anything. And when someone finally brought up Chris Hemsworth in Thor and casually asked, "Do we really need 3 Thor movies?" the room absolutely lost it. Because watching Chris Hemsworth pretend to be a regular person having a regular celebrity debate about himself while keeping a straight face is genuinely one of the funniest things this man has ever done. The fan in traffic, the Indonesian reporter, and full commitment. Let's talk about dedication. From both sides. There's a clip of a fan spotting Chris's car in traffic and just losing it, running across lanes, waving like their life depends on it. And Chris, rather than ignoring it, rolls with the moment completely, calling out from the window, engaging with the chaos, turning a potentially dangerous situation into something memorable. Then there's the Indonesian reporter who greeted Chris in Indonesian, and Chris actually responded correctly in Indonesian. Chris Evans, standing nearby, literally could not believe what he was hearing. Neither could we. The drums, the 60,000 people, the insanity. And finally, we arrive at perhaps the most unhinged thing Chris Hemsworth has ever done off screen. With 24 hours to go before a live concert for 60,000 people, Chris decided he was going to perform on drums. His own coach admitted he hadn't improved. His team told him it was the dumbest idea they'd ever heard. Chris himself called it the dumbest thing I've ever done, and then he walked out in front of 60,000 screaming fans and did it anyway. Because that's who Chris Hemsworth is. He doesn't play it safe. He doesn't do things halfway. Whether it's crashing a weather report, taking someone's engagement photo, or learning Indonesian, he commits fully, fearlessly, and somehow always makes it work. The thing about Chris Hemsworth is that the character of Thor, brave, warm, occasionally ridiculous, always showing up, isn't really that far from the man himself. And in a world where celebrities can feel untouchable, these moments matter. They remind us that sometimes the most powerful thing someone can do is just show up. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, leave a comment telling me your favorite moment, and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.